Hi, we're back for round 2 of the designer program, and Fernando, please continue.
Okay, and like I said before, I'm going to go over some of the more important terms and conditions, but again, read through it, understand it fully. Some of the highlights in here: 1, we're asking that the designers accompany or call to pre-register all of their clients before their clients ever enter the store, so that we can have them registered as a designer client. 2, we're asking that the designers accompany their client to their first visit to S&G. I kind of like to mention to them that it's probably be best for them to accompany their client for every visit to S&G, but specifically the first visit to make sure we know that they are a design client. Another very straightforward, but we're trying to cover all our bases. Customer must give a 50% deposit or 100% of the materials, whatever is greater, which is our standard policy. One thing we need to keep in mind is this is a captive audience. They're working with us. The designer's telling them we're the ones they need to buy from. So they're really going to be willing to play by our terms. So I know sometimes with deposits, we'll do a little bit less, trying to make it convenient or make sure we get the sale. We're going to get the sale. Let's just make sure they follow our policies. These should be the easy ones for us. Commissions will be paid 10 days after material is installed and paid in full. That gives us a little buffer time to see if there's any returns of product, make sure we don't have any bounce checks, anything like that. Make sure we're paid in full before we pay someone else a commission.
Right.
Commission is based solely on the finished product. Actually, something I don't even know if I mentioned is we're actually going to be paying the decorators, designers, a commission on their purchases, which I will explain how that commission is going to work. But that commission that they will be paid is based solely on finished product.
Okay. What's that mean, finished product?
Finished product is the bulk of the purchase in terms of the floor covering being bought. If they buy a hardwood floor, the commission is going to be off of the hardwood only. No moldings, no glues,
okay,
no other sundries. We pay commission on the carpet, the fuzzy stuff only, not the pad, the laminates we offer, woods, vinyls, tiles. None of the labor that's associated with that, none of the moldings or extra supply items.
Okay. Okay.
That's most of the biggies in here. There are some other things down here towards the bottom that seem like a little bit more of legalese, and they kind of are, but they need to be in here, such as S&G Carpet will be the final arbiter should any disputes arise. This program pricing commission levels are subject to change with or without notice, and that's based on S&G's needs. Okay. We put that in there to kind of cover ourselves, but ultimately it's just to say that the program's going to be fluid. As everyone knows, we get price increases, decreases, our margins shift and change based on the market, and we will pay a commission, but that commission may adjust over the months and years as we go forward.
Okay. Now, what are we basing the commission on?
The way that pull that. Yeah, I can go to that. The next part of your sheet that you'll go through after you have some terms and conditions highlights is the commission calculation. There's some specific language in here, and I spell it out really in depth, as well as the little sheet here for you to review how it works. But I'm just going to give you the real basic bare bones of it. The way commission works is we do our pricing on an ABC price. Everyone's familiar with it. What does C stand for? Usually it stands for contractor price. With the decorator program, the C price is going to be known as the commission limit. Anything the designer gets for our products above C price, they get to keep. So, let's say there's a product like Fashion Story. I'm going to make up some numbers for a simple example. Fashion Story's everyday price is $4, let's say. The C price is $3.50. If the designer has their customer buy from us at $4 plus whatever the promotion is, the designer's client gets A pricing plus the current month's promotion.
Okay.
Whatever the difference between what we sell it to their customer at, which is C price and above, whatever the difference is between that price and the C price is their commission. Okay. So in my Fashion Story example, this month is no sales tax. They give their client the $4 a foot for Fashion Story plus the no sales tax. The C price, or the commission limit, is $3.50. If it's a 1,000-foot job, then the designer will get a commission from S&G of 50 cents. $4 minus $3.50 equals 50 cents times the number of square feet on the job. So in that scenario, 1,000 feet, that's a $500 commission paid.
Okay. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
I have lots of examples in here, and I have some more information. Obviously, if the designer wants to offer their client a discount and give them a price somewhere between A and C, they're welcome to do it. That just cuts into their commission.
Okay. So they could give them the client, the end user, the B price or our bargain price.
Absolutely.
And then still make the difference between the B and the C price.
Yeah. And in that example, if Fashion Story's A price is $4, B is $3.75, C is $3.50, they give their client the B price, then they're getting 25 cents a foot instead of 50 cents.
Okay.
That's basically the terms and conditions.
Yeah, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Fernando, and I know you have a number of decorators using this. What has been their most common question, or a couple of the things that, just to let everyone know?
The first thing that'll pop up, and actually, as they use the program, this becomes a non-issue immediately. But one of the first questions I hear is, why am I calling first to register my client? Why do I need to accompany my client to the first visit? Why are you recommending that I accompany my client for every visit? The answer to that is simple. It protects them. It protects their commission. If a customer walks in the door, and let's say I don't know they're working with a designer already, I'm going to start helping them. What if they tell me, oh, I've been shopping around, I saw a similar product, can you work with me on the price? As we know, the salespeople have flexibility to go down to a C price and provide the promotion with most clients if the situation requires it. Well, if the salesperson is to do that, and say give the client a C price, we just gave away the designer's commission. So we want the designer here so they can lead the sale. They can direct us what kind of price they want their client to get, and we can preserve their commission by knowing it's a designer client. That's the biggest reason why we want to do that, is to protect them.
Okay. Also, I know you had mentioned about the designer and color and fashion and helping make those choices.
Yeah, that's another thing that you'll see in this little 3-page training exercise. One of them is the keys to success for helping a designer and their client. The biggest key to doing this, and I've had a few designers I've worked with over the years, as I'm sure many of you have. When it's a designer client, we want to get out of the way. Let the designer do the designing is kind of the phrase I've been using. When a customer comes in with a designer, my main job is to direct traffic, that is to get them where they need to go, and then answer technical questions when I'm asked. In terms of helping picking color, picking type of carpet, things of that nature, I leave that to the designer. The designer is getting paid a lot of money by their client to do this. If I start getting involved in that, I'm undermining the designer. And the thing we need to remember is, in these situations, the designer is my client, not the designer's client.
Right.
I'm focused on helping the designer, not the end user. Absolutely.
Okay.
Other than that, that's the biggest question that's asked. There are some other questions about, there's some legalese in here about any returns and additional credits could affect the commission amount. That's obvious stuff. If they return a box of material, we can't give them a commission on the returned box. So adjustments will be made, and that's part of us giving us that 10-day buffer to let all the dust settle on the job before we determine what the final commission will be.
Okay, great. So, hey, in wrapping up here, just to touch base on a couple things, the beauty of this program, you have to realize, is that anybody that's hiring an interior designer, decorator, is looking for that custom look, that perfect job, which is what S&G specializes in.
Absolutely.
Okay, so price is not as big of an issue. I know in the success stories we've had in the Elk Grove store, price doesn't even come up. Matter of fact, the designer has taken our samples out to the home and just called in the order over the phone. The customer calls in with the credit card, and it's a piece of cake. I mean, it's just a simple, easy order. They love our installers because the guys are obviously licensed, bonded, and we do great work. So it's just a win-win all the way around. So hopefully we're starting to make those lists of the 100 or 200 different designers in your area, starting calling them and getting them into the store so we can explain the program and show them what it's all about. So again, your store managers will have the 3-page training document available, as well as the 4 pages inside the designer program booklet. So
one thing I forgot to hit on, and we're not going to hit on it now, but I just want to make it a reminder, page 3 has some technical topics. It's just a little bit of information on how we're going to be inputting these into Rollmaster and Floormaster. Okay. There is a specific way to do it. Make sure you read that page. It's really simple, but make sure you understand that before you start any of these, because you want to make sure you enter it the right way.
Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.